So welcome all for the third webinar from Data Incite. The topic for today's webinar is low budget marketing hacks for D2C brands. So this is the webinar. We are doing it consistently for D2C community. And this is a new initiative which we have taken apart from the one which we have been doing consistently for the pharma marketeers. That is about 1.5 years we have been doing consistently. D2C is a very promising sector for which we definitely want to commit ourselves and understand this particular vertical and strengthen our offerings. So before we start this particular webinar, we have got so many people joining us from across the country. And we want to hear from you in terms of what's your name, what's your location, and in case you are owning a brand, or if you manage a brand or you aspire to build a brand, please type in the chat your name, location, and in case you own a brand or you manage a brand or you aspire to build a brand. So the reason of asking this is that our speakers, including myself, will be able to correlate with you better. And we want this particular session to be interactive. So that's why I request everyone to put in your name, location, and what's your journey in terms of D2C. Great. So Vishnu Sharma has joined from Microlabs, Bangalore, and Ratan has joined from Faridabad. Welcome, Vishnu. Welcome, Ratan. Harshil from Surat. He owns a brand. Congratulations. And it's a household supply called Aerozil. Congratulations, Utsav. You have joined from Ahmedabad. Utsav, you own a brand or you aspire to build a brand? If you can please put in the chat, will help us. And I request all the participants to please keep your video on so that we know to whom we are actually interacting with. Vikram Aditya, he's joined from Himalaya Wellness, Mumbai. Welcome, Vikram. Great. So we have this introduction coming in, and then we would also like to introduce our speaker for the session. The first speaker for the session today is Dr. Vaibhav. Dr. Vaibhav is a multi-industry leader. He is a strategic thinker and with a deep execution capability. He is a founder and CEO of Karmic Beauty. It's his own company, and he has this particular Karmic Beauty is an award-winning D2C brand featured in Forbes India. He's a vice president at LPU and COO at Lovely Autos. Lovely Autos is into a dealership of automotives, and with his career spanning across beauty, automotive, and education, Dr. Vaibhav is academic background includes an MBA from Babson College and a BTech in computer science. He's also a musician, educator, and a public speaker. So welcome, Dr. Vaibhav, and thank you for taking our invitation, and we look forward to hear from you today.
Great, thank you. Looking forward.
Yeah. And the second speaker for today's session is Takki. Takki has joined us from Pune, and Takki is an entrepreneur by choice, and he is a public speaker by passion. Takki is a co-founder of Dr. Mantra, India's first holistic kidney care D2C brand. And from bootstrapping this particular venture during his tough early days to building it profitable and raising VC funding from 100x VC within 2 years. It is very difficult to see brands who are able to actually build at scale at such a short time and also get the funding from especially people like 100x VC. And this comes with the passion that he is currently having for kidney care. And with a track record that includes leadership roles at Baiju and LiveSpace and multiple public speaking accolades from Toastmaster International. He's a D2C founder who walks the talk. Today, Dr. Mantra clocks 80 lakh monthly revenue recurring, has impacted 20,000 lives through non-surgical kidney care and serves over 70,000 customers across India and abroad. Takki is an engineer from Nirma University and also worked as a research associate developing an 85% efficient catalyst converter. Welcome, Takki.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ashish, for having me. I'm humbled to have here and would love to interact and get some learnings from every one of you guys.
Thank you. So one question to you, Takki, what made you start Dr. Mantra? What's the mantra of this?
So I'm a Gujarati by blood, and I've always thought of doing something of my own right from my childhood. And so yeah, I've worked for multiple corporate companies like Byju's and LiveSpace for 5 years before starting this. And I've juggled with lot many business ideas. It's if I talk about Dr. Mantra, it's all by chance. I'm I'm an entrepreneur by choice, but Dr. Mantra has always been an accidental thing for me, because um, I was very much sure. I was not sure what to do in life, but I was very much sure that I want to do something in healthcare space. And we have juggled with lot many business ideas. We've juggled with multiple things. That's a different talk for another day. But yeah, healthcare was something that was always fascinating for me. And because I'm a health enthusiast, I I'm highly disciplined when it comes to eating my stuff, and working out. That is something that has always been my passion all my life. So that's how Dr. Mantra came into place after juggling with lot many business ideas. And Ayurveda was something which was booming, and I had a chance to interact with few leaders in Ayurveda space, especially Ayurvedic doctors who are more than 20 years of experience. I had a chance to interact with them. I had a chance to understand what's Ayurveda, what is this 5,000-year-old ancient Indian wisdom, um, and which fascinated me towards this concept of kidney stones. And my brother, my cousin, who is a kidney stone patient, back then he operated once and was suffering from kidney stone pain. We asked him to try out some herbal juices and capsules, and it worked really well. Like, kidney stone is a problem where there is no concrete solution in allopathy till date, except for Ayurveda. So we tried Ayurveda, and Ayurveda worked wonders. Like within 20-25 days, the stone of my brother has completely vanished. When we did this ultrasound, so that really fascinated me of starting this up.
Wonderful. That's a very personal, touching story why you have started Dr. Mantra, and a lot of success to you, because dialysis, I know how painful it is for a kidney patient. And I'm sure Dr. Mantra is definitely adding values as well as life to the life of the patients. And Dr. Vaibhav, you have ventured into beauty. You are big time into automotives and real estate, and you come from a business family. Why beauty? What was the reason of getting into this particular space?
Sure. Thanks for asking that question, Ashish. And I'm very much enamored by the story which Takki just mentioned. Probably I have a similar journey, and I had been in the beauty business for about 10 years. And I in particularly love the organic and natural aspect of the beauty products. Uh, I was living in the US when I just finished my education, and I was working in Los Angeles there. And I started using the organic products that were available in one of the biggest organic and natural stores there. And I felt the immediate difference after using those products. It just made me feel nice, it made me feel divine the way, the products were. So I just carried that experience, I wanted to manifest it for the larger audience, and that made me start Karmic Beauty. And it's just, I'm a very passionate person as an individual, which is coming from my artsy background where passion leads everything. So I wanted to create products, which were exemplary, and which had retained the real vibe of organic and natural ingredients. Nowadays in the industry, especially in India also, there are so many brands, which keep emerging from different parts of the country. But I think when it comes to, using the labels like organic, natural, I think they really fall short of, proving that why they are organic or natural. So we took it on ourselves, and we made sure that, when we are making these products that we are currently selling, we were very clear with the percentage of organic or natural ingredients that we have used in the product. So I think we are just taking and pushing the boundaries, and trying to be very clear, consistent, and transparent on why all this matters. And I am a firm believer, that nature is the biggest healer. So, for example, I know somebody in my family had the kidney stones, and Ayurveda was the only way, and it worked very well. So it's a similar thing, that you don't have to always use the chemical products. You can use a large number of um, natural ingredients, which are scientifically tested, clinically proved, and use them to create a product which is very natural and still highly effective. So for Karmic Beauty, it was the mantra is high performance and high naturality, which we are living every single day.
Perfect. You made it very clear in terms of what you are doing, why you are doing. And with that, I would like to introduce myself. I come from Hyderabad. I started this particular venture called Medgini and Data Insight in 2012 and turned it to be profitable. We help the healthcare industry in terms of giving access to the market with the largest reach of chemists and doctors. In Data Insight, we are helping D2C companies in terms of online marketing activities. I've been recognized by Business World 40 Under 40 in 2021. I have traveled through a journey of being an employee to an employer, worked across India as well as Middle East geography in telecom as well as banking sector. And now I have also done my MBA Marketing Communication from Symbiosis Institute of Business Management in 2004. I stay along with my parents, my wife, and two sons, and that's how my world is beautiful here. With regard to my passion, I like what Dr. Vaibhav is passionate about music. I am passionate about dancing as well as cycling and reading. That's what I am. And with that, we would like to talk to our participant in terms of this particular third webinar of Data Insight. The topic of the webinar is low budget marketing hacks for D2C brands. The intent of doing this particular webinar, we totally resonate with the challenges of the D2C companies when it comes to marketing. When it comes to marketing, there are challenges with regard to how much to spend, where to spend, and that comes with experience or it comes with experiment. So we have got two people who are actually going to give us their particular knowledge in terms of how they have done and what mistakes they have done in their journey. So there are 6 things which we are going to cover today in the webinar today. One is performance marketing versus organic marketing, which is a very key area of concern, which we have learned from our participants. Second, very important is that low budget marketing hacks, what they have done in their particular company in terms of scaling their particular online visibility. Third, for you, we have drafted a self-audit test. It's a marketing funnel fitness test in terms of what you are doing. So we'll be having this particular online audit, which will give you a report as well in terms of where do you stand and what are the things that you need to improve upon. So the people who will be participating into this and who will be responding the fastest will be getting a book from our side, which will be a hard copy book. We will also be talking about how to leverage WhatsApp and email marketing. The fifth topic is low cost content ideas for customer retention. As we understand, customer acquisition is a challenge for D2C brand. More important is customer retention. The sixth, if our time permits, we'll be talking about marketing automation. So these are the areas which we would like to talk about, which will be benefiting to our participant. Over and above this, we will be having this 2 additional benefits, which is an ebook, which will be giving to the participant after a week, which talks about the conversation that we are having today with Dr. Vaibhav and Takki and on the 6 areas of the conversation. Before we talk about this particular topic, why is D2C important? D2C is a business model which we are talking about taking directly your brand to the consumer through various channels. D2C is important because we are sitting in the age where easy access using technology and data is available. You are able to reach out to any tier 2, tier 3 cities with agility. The capacity of purchase has gone up of the consumer. And with that intention, the D2C market itself is very, very big for people to start their particular journey as a brand or support companies who are actually enabling their particular product into the market. So with that, we are also talking about what Data Insight does. So Data Insight helps manufacturers to go directly by building up their online platforms. We also help you in terms of doing demand generation, performance marketing, product listing in various platforms. Also helps you in terms of how to be a good education for your target audience. So we understand your brand. We suggest you what should be the best content marketing ideas, which will be relevant to your brand. With that, we are going to talk about the difference between B2B and B2C. B2C is taking your brand directly to your consumer. B2C is directly through your channel partners, be it wholesalers or retailers. And D2C is directly to your consumers. So some of the companies where we have seen that they have taken this particular journey of D2C and then moved to B2C when they wanted to increase their distribution. So we have brands like Mamaearth, and who has not only been present in the online, but no, if you go to a chemist shop, the brand is also visible. So we'll be also talking about from where you have to take a journey from D2C to B2C if you want to expand your market. And this is the book which we would like to give it to the winner, which is on an academy story called Unstartup. And there will be one person who will be getting this particular book. And all the participants will be getting an ebook by end of the next week by 9th, which will be sent to you by email, which will be talking about the nuggets of the conversation that we are going to have today. So with that, we are going to talk about the topic today. And the first question that I have for Takki, which is on organic as well as paid marketing. So Takki, at Dr. Mantra, we would like to understand how do you prioritize between performance marketing and organic sales? Because your brand is selling 80 lakhs on a monthly basis. How do you strike a balance between the two? Over to you,
Interesting
Takki.
question, Ashish. Before starting off, I would love to understand the audience's thought process, because it's very very important for you to understand what's the ultimate goal. If your ultimate goal is to be profitable from day one, then there is a different way of the mindset is completely different, the execution is completely different. And when it comes to if your mindset is that I want to keep burning thousands of rupees, lakhs of rupees, or crores of rupees, or I want to raise the funding, I want to keep burning and burning and burning, and then I want to be profitable after a point of time when I'm able to capture the market to a certain extent, uh, then the just like Mamaearth has done, what Mamaearth did was they've spent crores of rupees in capturing the market, which is uh, which is also something that can be done. That's the another route that can be taken by the brands, um, and then they are figuring out how to be profitable. So both ways are having pros and cons. So would love to understand the audience's mindset, like what's their route. uh, is it route one, which is you want to be profitable from day one, or you want to keep burning and burning and then be profitable after a certain stage if you have enough capital in your hand? So based on that, I would love to carry this conversation forward. Can anyone reply in the chat section? What are you expecting?
Hi, Taki. Hi, Ashish.
Hi,
Ratan this side. Yeah. So, Mr. Taki, see, being into a corporate where we work for an organization, so obviously you understand being into a corporate, it is always the first route, okay, where we, from the starting itself, we are only focused on, how to get a profit on that. But again, when we, as a organization, when we think that, our brand has to be established into the market, okay, which should not only from the day one itself starts picking up in the sales, but again, uh, due course of time, people do should remember the brand itself, and the continuous sales should move on month after month.
So route
So
one is something that most of the people might be looking at, right? Because there are very, very few people who are able to raise funds from day one, right?
Sure.
So
Yeah, true.
if I talk about myself, I've started this brand from scratch with zero funding, with zero backup. Obviously, I had some runway myself because I've worked with corporates in the past. Uh, so the ultimate goal for me was to be profitable, to be sustainable, and to scale profitably. So these are the three basic parameters based on which I decided my journey. I never knew what is funding at that point of time. I never had the idea what is AOV, what is equity, etc., etc. So so there are core variables which comes into picture, which is CAC, which everyone is talking about after Shark Tank has come into place. So CAC is one, which is customer acquisition cost. Second is lifetime value, and then third is scalability, and then fourth is brand equity, right? So one is for that, the way to understand is performance marketing. So the pros, the benefit about performance marketing is that you get immediate results. You put X amount and you get Y results immediately, and you are able to measure what's your effort versus reward. So that's something that you can keep on doing. You can do A/B testing as well. You can keep on testing your hooks. You can keep on testing your creatives. You have a very good data rich insights. So that's something that performance marketing does. But when it comes to performance marketing, the problem with performance marketing is that the CAC keeps on rising when you scale. At, at a very small scale, you're still able to manage that, but you never know what's the algorithm. You're completely dependent on Meta's algorithm. You never know. Today your CAC is 300 rupees. Next day it's going to be 600. After a couple of months, it's going to be 1,000 rupees, which might not be affordable to you. So that's the reason why the question rises: what should be the balance? Now let's come to organic marketing. This is something that I wish I could have done it earlier. I wish I could have focused on content marketing earlier, which I missed out in my earlier days of my starting up, which I would definitely love to suggest to all the people out here to keep focus on very good content. It's not just about content, but having a very good content depth, and that too with consistency. So organic marketing, you can sell your story just like Avimi Herbals has sold his story from 0 to 20 lakhs a month. They were able to do 20 lakhs monthly revenue without any single penny. It was purely organic. So that's something which intrigued me, and that's something that we can each and every one of us can learn from them. That's the power of organic marketing, and they were able to build this in just few months. Why? Because they sold a very good story on Instagram. So there are two reasons why people come on Instagram. One is organic, one is either they are coming for education, or second it's for entertainment, and most of the people are coming for entertainment, right? So if you understand what people really want, and if you are able to capture the market, if you are able to tap into their emotions, if you are able to relate, put out some relatable content which people can engage, if which people can actually entertain, you definitely are someone who can build a very good trust and loyalty, because people are not coming on Instagram to buy products. People are coming Instagram to entertain themselves. So if you can do that on a very consistent basis, you will definitely be on the edge when it comes to performance marketing, because whenever a person sees an ad of something that he already knows about, a brand that he already knows about earlier, a brand that he has seen some reels before, some reels which were adding a lot of value to his life, he would definitely trust more as compared to someone who is coming for the first time. So one more example that you can take is Snitch. Snitch started from in 2021 COVID, and they started at at a very good timing. The timing was great, and there was very less competition. They started at the right time, and they were able to capture a very good market, and eventually they have they were able to capture the audience into mobile application, and eventually they went into WhatsApp marketing and so on and so forth. So, but the 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 hard truth about organic marketing is that you have to have a lot of patience. You won't be able to get immediate results. If you want to get immediate results from day one, performance marketing is something that you can start with. But if you want to scale your brand like anything, like Avimi Herbals, like Snitch, you have to have organic marketing for sure. Otherwise, you will never be able to scale. So consistency, it's not just consistency which is the key for organic marketing, but consistency along with content depth. There is no formula to guarantee your virality, but the only formula is you have to have consistency, you have to have a very good content which can add value to a lot of people, especially to people who are into your niche. Right. So if I were to summarize what I am trying to say, if you start with performance marketing, scale with organic, a good mix of organic plus performance marketing, and multiply with WhatsApp marketing.
Okay.
Because
Great.
that's how you can.
I think that's definitely a power tip what you are sharing with us in terms of using WhatsApp marketing as well. And that WhatsApp marketing always comes once you have a data in place. So data of your prospects, data of your consumers who have tried and tested your particular product. And definitely it takes a lot of consistency, and your particular content should relate to your target audience so that they will be able to utilize this. So coming to Vaibhav, I would like to know, ask you at Karmic Beauty, what exactly have you implemented in terms of low budget marketing hacks, which has helped you in terms of your online visibility journey? So can you share something which has been very, very useful at Karmic Beauty, which people can learn from and implement in their journey?
I just want to add few things. First, I want to piggyback on Takki's question and answer a very, very simple point, which it's important for all the new age founders, who are trying to launch their brand. Um, Everybody wants to launch a new brand. Everybody wants to be out there, creating a D2C brand, wants to jump into entrepreneurship. But I think the fundamental question to ask is, how are you going to make it better for the consumer from the existing set of products? आप जब तक ये आंसर नहीं देने वाले हो कुछ नहीं होएगा. I think performance and organic marketing, these are all buzzwords. The reality is consumer looking for a product that you have created or not? That's the first question to answer. And you have to keep it very simple. If people in your circle around you, if they are ready to pay the price for the product, whatever you are trying to make, then maybe you have a winner. I want to just briefly touch upon the example of the whole truth, because the founder there had already created a business model by supplying, or by offering the goods made at his home to his office friends and employees. He has said at multiple times in his interviews. So there was already a product market fit, PMF, which everybody touches upon. So there was already a product market fit. People were already liking the products. His job was to, kind of make it bigger and manufacture it at scale, which eventually he did. But you have to know, and everybody has to know, that there is a demand for the product that you're trying to launch. Either it's a new product, or it's a betterment of the existing product, or it's a convenience in your product offering. There could be several ways to look at this problem solution approach. So that would be my first, biggest takeaway for everybody. Coming back to, the question that Ashish, you are asking. So as I come from a very big background, it was very easy for me to burn crores and crores. But I did not take that route because I knew that in the performance marketing game, the one who has more money will succeed. It's not somebody who has more organic reach or who has a better product. It's always more money will sell better. Takki had picked up on the example of Mamaearth. I think it's a beautiful example. They were early movers, so early movers will always have an advantage. But having said that, we had beautiful example of Avimi Herbals also, where Nanaji's story sold very well because it's relatable. It's a Saas Bahu concept, everybody could relate to that because हमारी patriarchal society है. So people will believe into that, if it comes from Dadaji, Nanaji, we will like to hear those stories. So I think quite relatable from that perspective. So they had that from the very beginning, and I'm sure there was a merit in the products that they were making. And competing with, bigger giants like, Dabur or, Baidyanath, and several others, Patanjali, which were all kind of offering their products. So for me, the biggest learning and most important learning is not to burn money to get a customer who will not stick with me. So for me, education about the product, about the brand was fundamental. I started from that, so you have to keep it basic, bare essentials, and keep it as simple. There's a KISS approach in the marketing, which is keep it simple and stupid. So I think you have to follow that. If you can't explain your offering, your product to, a 3-year-old, you can never sell it towards the marketing, get any agency in the world. It will never sell. So you have to really, really, crystallize and keep the simplest form of your product to educate the consumer. Second thing we did was, we worked on the before and after photos to bring the authenticity. Initial few months for me were just, getting the product out, getting it, getting the feedback from the market that it is actually working in the way we had planned it. And in our case, the results were astounding. मतलब जो मैंने सोचा भी नहीं था मुझे वैसा वाला feedback मिल गया, which I can share to the group here, and it has also been, communicated in our marketing stories. Our consumers came back saying, that our Karmic Beauty shampoo is better than Kerastase and Olaplex, and which are the gold standards when it comes to worldwide usage of, beauty products like the hair care products. And when I started out, I did not think of these two brands. It's the consumers, who made me realize that the product is as good as them, and not just nationally in India but also overseas. So that really, boosted my confidence a lot, and I could, speak that in my marketing communication as well. So a lot of times, you might have a certain assertion about your product or a certain story about your product, but consumers are the one who will teach you the best. सच तो consumers को ही पता होता है, आपको नहीं पता होता as a founder कभी भी. Then another thing, which has worked very well for all the D2C founders, some of the big ones also, is the founder-led stories. जब भी founder सामने आके बात करता है, लोग सुनते हैं. Having the biggest face in the industry or having a most beautiful face in the industry does not work every time. The founder has to come and speak, कि ये क्यों बनाया product, what are the merits of the product, why it matters. My story I can tell better than anybody else on this earth. So it is important that, when you are starting out as a D2C, you have your founder stories, coming out. कुछ और भी नहीं है अगर, just keep popping out your founder stories on Instagram, YouTube, or any channel that you have. Another thing is, which generally people like to see is, that what is the behind the scenes story. How has your product been formulated? What kind of, ingredient you're using. If it's even it's for, non-perishable goods also. मेरा तो perishable है because it has a expiry date. But for non-perishable goods also, if I am buying a photo frame, I'd like to understand, who are the people who are working on this? What is the metal that are being used? Is there anything that the founder is telling me plus about the product which other market products do not have? I would be really curious about these things. So when we get onto Instagram, I think everybody wants to, of course, consume entertainment based content, but at the same time, there is education and there is discovery which is there, and that discovery and education will come from the founder. कि देखो हमने ये किया. In fact, now the most beautiful reels do not get the eyeballs. The most basic reels do, and it's a reality. Because when something is made up, you don't want to see it because you think it is not real. It's fabricated a lot. So you have to keep it really, really basic. मतलब गारंटी से बोल सकता हूँ आपके इंस्टाग्राम फीड पे, if you have something, which is beautifully done, you will probably, escape. If something is very real, लगता है कि कुछ इसमें सेटिंग में कुछ चेंज किया ही नहीं है, that's where, the authenticity, the rawness of the founder or the product or the brand comes across. So that would be my other very strong, assertion here. And apart from this, in our case, we did not spend money only and only on performance marketing. It was very important that for Karmic Beauty, we have developed this halo around the brand. There are other things. Brand is just not, what the performance marketing says. So if you see on my, other social channels, whether it is LinkedIn or YouTube or Instagram, my own personal channel on Instagram, there is a thing about the whole brand, that we are created because we want to have the organic appeal about the brand. Uh, this is also linked to the fact, that while everybody talks about the ROAS, I think ROI is important. So ROAS में आप में performance आएगी, but there is a built-in organic sale that happens, which is captured by ROI. So I would advise everybody to, look at that. Hopefully that answers a lot of questions.
Yeah,
Ashish.
Vaibhav. So I think many points that you have shared with us, especially the one which relates to me is the founder-led stories, which many a time as D2C founders, we get carried away and we feel that we have to appoint the best of the best agencies and we should focus on the product being shown to the people, the benefits, the features, rather than showing the purpose for which, why it was built by that particular founder. And founder is the face of the brand, as we all know. And founder may be in love with the brand, as what you rightly said. The reality will come only from the customer, who will actually show you the face, saying that where do you stand and how much are you currently with regard to the brand relevance in the industry. Because we are sitting in a space where there is a clutter of brands for a particular product category. So if you want to stand out, you may have to definitely use something which what Dr. Vaibhav is sharing with us today. So with that, I would now like to, yeah,
Ashish,
please.
sorry, there is a comment here by Vikram,
Yeah,
where I think he's picking up on a relevant point, but I'm always in conundrum whether to keep my brand professional or to do raw content. I was exactly like that. आज भी मैं इसी stage पे हूँ where, I'm like, how do I keep a balance? But I think, you have to have certain posts, which are beautifully done and some posts, which are extremely raw. Keep that mix. So anybody who's visiting your Instagram or any of your social media pages, they will see what they want to see. So keep a mix of that. Because अगर आप सिर्फ प्रोफेशनल लुक पे रखोगे ना, then the real meaning about the brand might not come out very well. And brand के ना एक inherent DNA होता है. Either the brand is, like really wow, it's like, JJ Valaya and, it's like those fashion brand, or it is a very hardcore, premium brand, or it's a basic brand. वो DNA आ ही जाएगा जैसे मर्जी. So let's not, beautify things. Keep it straight because everybody, the real consumer wants to see things which are straight. It does not mean that if you're putting your product on Amazon, you definitely need a high-end video there. So channel-wise, आपको content को करना पड़ेगा. You need to create, a beautiful, commercial there because you are competing with, the biggest giants of the industry on Amazon. But on Instagram, you're not competing, so you just keep your content real.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So your strategy will definitely change based on the platform you are actually doing and the purpose for which you are doing, be it brand building activity or if it is a sales activity, it is very much different. So with that, now I would like to move to our participants. We have a self-audit activity for which my team has crafted this in terms of doing this particular survey where we'll be asking 10 questions. There are options for you to answer. You can select what is relevant for you. Everybody is there in a different journey when we are talking about D2C. Either you are aspiring or you have already built up or you are managing a D2C brand for someone. I would request you to scan this QR code or click on the link which my team has put in the chat and you will be able to participate in the self-audit. It will take about 5 minutes. And in case you're having any questions, please park it in the chat. My team will be able to pick it up at 1 o'clock when we will be able to complete the webinar. And if you are done with this self-audit test, you will also be able to get your report via email. And if you would like to engage further, our team is definitely available after the webinar. Once you are done, you please type in done. The winner will be getting a hard copy of the book Unstartup, which is a story of an academy. and this will be delivered to you to your doorstep. So the winner will be announced by end of the webinar. And if you are done with the particular self-audit test, please type in done in the chat, so we'll be able to know how many people have been able to participate. Yeah, thank you. So there are many questions, Takki and Vaibhav, which are coming up in the chat. My team is also comprehending everything so that we are able to take it. So we have a speaker from the last webinar who has also joined in today. Smriti Mangain, thank you so much for joining in.
Hi, Ashish.
Hi.
It's a very interesting webinar that's happening because I also happen to be from a similar industry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
So, very, very, very insightful session till now.
Thank you so much. And we've got Rajan, who has also joined from Faridabad. Vaibhav, you're also from Faridabad, right?
No, no, no. I'm from Punjab in a city called Jalandhar.
Jalandhar, sorry. Correct. So great. So please participate. And I think we have people who have already participated. They are giving their confirmation. Ratan has confirmed, Smriti has confirmed, Harshil has completed. Yes. So you may please continue your self-audit test, which is very, very important because in this webinar, we want you to take something which you can implement tomorrow. And before you do that, it's very important for us to know where do we stand. And this particular self-audit test will really show you where are you lacking. And the report of the same will be shared to you by email. Great. So with that, Takki, we are now going to talk about retention and engagement strategies without big budgets. So you have traveled through that journey where you did not have great marketing budgets in the initial growth of Dr. Mantra. And with that, the question what we wanted to ask you is that how can D2C founders leverage WhatsApp and email marketing? You talked about WhatsApp. We really want you to stretch upon it and tell how WhatsApp and email marketing has helped you in terms of retention of customers.
Absolutely. So before tapping into this, I would like to put forth one very very important point here is that retention only happen when you love the product. When your customer loves the product, that's when retention happens. It's never going to happen with any tool on this planet, be it WhatsApp, be it email, be it anything, be it AI. If your product is outstanding, if your product is something that is that is that has just wowed your customer, only then retention comes into place. Obviously retention is step 2, but the number one step that in Vaibhav has also picked up the example of the whole truth, which I'm a fan of as well, and I'm using their products for almost like 1.5 year. When I knew about them, when I stumbled across their brand, the founder, and the lifetime value of the whole truth that I'm using is more than 1.5 lakh 2 lakh rupees so far. I just came across their ad once. I just came across why we exist deck of the whole truth, and that really intrigued me, and that was something that was so relatable to me, and I'm still using the product till date without any single marketing. So that's the kind of power of retention that happens because the product was wonderful, because the product was something that added a lot of value to me as compared to their competitors. Second biggest example is Nutella. Everyone is a fan of chocolates, and Nutella is something that has captured more than 70% of the market today because of the product, because of early mover advantage as well. Now coming to what are the strategies that has helped us to retain our existing customer base. We've gathered more than 100,000 customers so far, with a repeat rate of 60%. Uh, and before I started this brand, I myself called and had a detailed conversations with more than 500 customers myself, and that gave us a huge fundamental insight about what my customer really want and what are they looking at, and is my product actually working or not. So the step one is uh, understand what your customer wants, have a feedback loop, and then focus on WhatsApp marketing, focus on email marketing, focus on multiple marketing strategies. And if I talk about the tools that we are actually using, is one is WhatsApp. Community is something that community building is something that has been underrated and underfunded. So community building is something that is possible with very good tools like quick reply and multiple other WhatsApp tools, which will help you to segment your customers, whether it's a new customer, whether it's a delivered customer, whether uh, it's a customer who is expecting some consultations or having some he's expecting some expert advice from the brand. So WhatsApp community is something that will really help us in retention, which has really helped us in retention. And second, one more thing that has helped us was the UGC, real UGCs. So what we did was, because we have a very good call center base of 100 plus people, we have leveraged that call center by interacting with our real customers. We offer them some incentives. You can also offer them some incentives. If not, if you don't have a call center, you can have WhatsApp tools wherein you can throw them a message that, hey, I see that you have been using our product for the past 1 month. Would love to understand a quick feedback from you. If you can throw a 10-second or 15-second video, or maybe a text message, and here is your 100 rupees or 200 rupees, plus a surprise gift for you or a coupon. So if you can incentivize your customer by creating some UGC content for you, it's far better than spending thousands and lakhs of rupees in highly high end production videos like 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 rupees that agencies charge. Why? Because A, it's going to be almost free of cost. Second, is because it's more relatable. And third, because the person who is creating that UGC video for you feels involved with the brand. So yeah, that is one. Second is broadcast via maybe a telephone services like Tata Tele Services, or maybe broadcast via WhatsApp. You can broadcast to uh, your maybe 1,000, maybe 5,000 customers who are already acquired by you guys. If you can just send them a WhatsApp, send them some UGC testimonials that you've gathered so far, use it for them. Or maybe you can show some educational content, educate them about what the product is all about, why you should use your product, what is the differentiating factor about your product. If you can keep engaging your delivered customers, they would definitely retain with you for a longer period of time. So that's all my learnings that I have so far.
Perfect. I think very relevant things, especially with regard to WhatsApp community building in terms of getting your customers hooked on to your particular brand is very important, because now we are sitting in a world where we are cluttered with so many brands. Attention is very much important. But over and above that, what you told is basically the brand promise. So brand should deliver the promise what it is actually communicating. So with that, beauty is definitely a space which everybody are very particular about the brands, as you also said, Takki. Vaibhav, what has been your experience? Because people don't generally try new brands in the beauty space. How you have been able to get into the minds of the people with Karmic Beauty?
आपने तो एकदम पेन पॉइंट पकड़ लिए because
That's what we like to hear from you.
when so many brands are speaking the same language, I think a customer is highly confused which one to buy. And I think the only way to kind of figure out a brand to buy, let's talk about Amazon as a platform, is something which has more reviews. You will generally say, okay, if it has got 100 plus reviews and a rating of 4 plus, you will buy the product. So um, for a new brand to fight that is very difficult. Let's be very clear. So it's that process. It's a painful process that everybody has to take on. There is no substitute for it, because you can't buy reviews on Amazon. And Amazon's algorithm is very strong nowadays, because it knows that how many reviews are generally posted over how many purchases. So if there are 100 people who have purchased from you, the reviews cannot be more than 5 for a particular category. So they know that their algorithm is noting that. So आप fake नहीं कर सकते उसको. In the past, people have taken advantage of that particular review system of Amazon, but nowadays it is not possible, which is a good thing, but a bad thing at the same time. Which means that, a customer who is looking to buy from you or who you want to, target, Instagram becomes, one of the foremost channels. And there, again, you have to pump in money on the performance marketing. But the idea is, that you have to keep trying multiple reels, multiple stories, multiple hooks and angles, and see which is the winning angle. Takki also mentioned about it. So, Takki mentioned. So I agree with that you have to try multiple things, and then something will eventually become a viral content, and then thereon, you will go on. Also, I think now we have, these various, like, Shark Tank as a medium is great for, checking on new brand, but not everybody gets through that. So that will become challenging. I think for let's talk about Instagram and LinkedIn. These two channels are there, where you can comment on anybody's post and things like that. So there is always a possibility of certain visibility that might happen for your brand. So if you engage with the relevant content, that could be one easy way, to reach out into the consumer's mindset. Of course, you can reach out to the micro influencers, and ask them to start creating content. We have not worked with anybody, any big celebrity or, like a tier one kind of UGCs or influencers. We don't want to work with them because, वो आज आपके बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, कल किसी और के बारे में, परसों किसी और के बारे में. So I don't know where is the, the truthfulness of using a product. So in my case, whenever we give out product to any UGC, like a micro or a macro ones, we tell them to use the product. And if you like it, only then please stop counter-based reels and, appearing in the podcast, because that way, the community overall can, start seeing you and knowing you as a person. But you have to consistently do that. And apart from that, I think what you speak on any forum and what the person sees your product, there has to be a sync. मतलब ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि आप बातें कर रहे हो, I'm gonna promise you a moon, but you deliver them, something which is not even real thing. So you have to walk the talk. It's so important for every founder out there. I have seen these things as, something like really authentic and real stories, really low budget stuff, to get it out there. But there are certain painful points, for any brand to stand out. Either you have this, large community of, consumers who have used your product and have been highly benefited, then they will, start speaking about it, and you have the word of mouth. If you can reach to that level of word of mouth, nothing better than that. It's the best marketing for any brand anywhere in the world.
Perfect. Perfect.
So I would say that if you really have cracked the code of the product, then go for word of mouth.
Right.
If you have not, then you have to try all these, different variety of things. I will again go back to the simple point, that what is the problem that you're solving for your consumer? If you are clear on that, everything will fall into the place. If you're not, then you will keep, haggling, finding your way, finding your niche, and, it may, which means, that you have to spend a lot of money or you have to wait for a while, till the niche is very clear to the audience.
That's
So
right.
everybody's journey is going to be different, Ashish.
Yeah.
My journey and Takki's journey versus somebody else's journey who's there on the webinar is going to be completely different because we come from different backgrounds. We have different approach for, building the product
Yeah.
and also the communication and different budgets that they have in the background.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Great. So good point that you have shared. But over and above that, what you are also telling is the brand promise. The brand should deliver the problem which the consumer is facing. And once he has experienced your particular brand, and if he feels that there is a value in terms of solving that particular problem, then it's a word of mouth. And if you are in the face of word of mouth, then sky's the limit for you. So with that, we are running short of time. So there is one thing which we wanted to talk about: marketing tools. So, Takki, you have been using some automation tools as well as tools for actually engaging with your existing customers. Can you share some insights in terms of what are the tools and how to make it more affordable to impact to your target audience?
So automation is something that's a buzzword that's going on for the past couple of months. AI and automation is something that's in the mouth of in the tongue of everyone. But the point is that no brand can be completely automated because it's run by humans. It's run for humans. But yes, of course, tools can help you to uh, catalyze your uh, tools can help you to speed up your process. Tools can help you to ease your processes, but it can never replace humans. That's something that I personally believe. uh, so some of the tools that has really helped us um, in automating partially our processes to make our operations more smoother is this broadcasting feature by Tata Teleservices, which has worked really well for us, which I always, which is something that we are using for the past 4 years when we started this business. And it has helped us really well in automating our call center model to a certain extent. It has helped us automating the retention processes to a greater extent. We are profitable. We have always been profitable from day one. The reason behind that was that we never wanted to jump on to one customer to the another customer. We always wanted to make sure that we are able to leverage maximum from the existing customers, because the job of Facebook is to give you a customer. Now now it's your business acumen that how you can leverage that customer into a long term relationship. um, and that is something that can be done with multiple tools like broadcasting feature, WhatsApp communities, WhatsApp broadcasts, having a conversations with your customers on a day-to-day basis, having a reality check with your customers, having a feedback team which truly understands the pain points of your customers. That's so at Dr. Mantra we have a team of Ayurvedic dietitians. So we have this free support services that we provide to each and every customers, which is free doctor support. So every customer who comes across, because this is something and this is relevant for us. Maybe you are into a different space, maybe you are into skincare, then the offerings might be different. Maybe you can have a hair coach like Praya is doing for their hair customers. There's this hair test that they are doing, and we do this kidney stone test free of cost to our existing customers. So um, having having a foundation which can uh, give them a reality check, which can give you a reality check, wherein you can keep on improving. And we have got a very good feedback from a customer like just 1 year back, which is, why don't you launch a product into fatty liver category? And so someone suffering from kidney stone also suffers from fatty liver, also suffers from diabetes and other issues. So we never gave much importance to the cross selling like 1.5 year back. And the moment we received those feedback, we implemented it, and it really helped us in scaling our business with zero marketing. So yeah, that's all about it. WhatsApp channels, WhatsApp broadcast, voice broadcast, uh, free support like doctor support or dietitian support or something else depending upon your industry. And community building is something that uh, can automate your retention journey.
Great. So, with that, we come to the end of the webinar. Takki, you have shared us very insightful things in terms of what we need to do when it comes to marketing automation. Diagnosis, consultation, depends on the space that you are into. Education, basically, we are talking about education. Dr. Vaibhav also keep talking about how we educate the patient so that he knows what exactly he is undergoing through that particular journey. and how you can handhold him in a better way so that his journey continues. And obviously, the brand should deliver that promise. With that, we would also like to take a feedback from our participant in terms of the quality of the webinar, relevance of the webinar to your particular business. Please scan the QR code and give us a feedback. This will help us improve in terms of giving something which is of relevance to your business. My team is also putting the link in the chat. You can please, Surya, can you please? Thank you. So please give us a feedback, and this matters to us a lot. And at Data Insight, we have been doing services for the D2C companies in terms of making their journey faster, smarter, and better. So you can reach us out if you would like to fast track your journey, and trust we will be able to do this for us. And with us, we come to the end of the webinar. We will be announcing the winners. We have got uh, one winner. We have got many people who have participated in the self-audit test. The person who has responded the fastest is Tanmay Jundari, if I am spelling your name properly. Tanmay, team, can you please spotlight Tanmay?
They are not available, sir.
Okay, great. So we'll reach out to him. The second winner is Harshil. Harshil, are you there with us? Bhanushali. Harshil Bhanushai. Okay, great. So from our side, Vaibhav, Takki, there is a book which we are sending it across. I am a big fan of Gary, and this book has definitely helped me in a lot of areas, be it my personal as well as professional journey. And this book, we are sending it to you at your doorstep from my team. And I really thank all the people who have come here today over the weekend and spent their time and had a full session with you. There are certain questions which are being asked in the webinar, in the chat. We would like to take that up. And yes, let me pick up certain questions. So there is a question which is talked about from Alok. So what is your inputs on affiliate marketing? I think Meta has spoiled it. Many of the influencers they had, those who are not good fit for products. So while you are picking up your influencers, you have to be very mindful. The question which is coming up from Alok in terms of affiliate marketing. Vaibhav, would you like to address this?
I think it's a relevant question. Affiliate marketing has changed, over the last few years, and it's not as purposeful as it used to be. But having said that, I'm aware of certain D2C brands which are attached to certain influencers. And whenever the influencer, puts up a video or talks about it, they can see a spur in the sale. So it works, but it is something, which you have to, try hard. It's not something, which is readily available nowadays because there are so many influencers, like I think millions of influencers that exist in our country. And finding one which can actually, give you certain sales and on consistent basis, because here we are talking about the consistency. We are just not talking about a monthly, a pull in the sales and then and suddenly it, is go back and plateaued. So it is important that whatever activity we are doing, it has to have a consistent result for us. Affiliate may or may not work for everybody, so it depends, who is the person who's going to help you in the affiliate. And apart from this, in the past, there has been certain websites, which are into like Cash Karo, I think that's the name, which have been giving out coupons, and you can use those coupons and probably bring in the traffic to your website and things like that. So um I don't know how relevant they are in the current scheme of things, honestly, because consumer has moved on, and they have moved on, with a shorter span, whether they are now on Instagram, or YouTube or any other channel or on OTT also, so the attention span is so low, so you have to make your biggest impact in that 5 to 10 second window.
Yeah, well said. And there is one more question which is coming up, Taki, which is again from Balok, which talk about how to strengthen the logistic and supply chain to reach both urban and rural markets, as still majority of the companies are focusing on tier one and tier two. So what has been your experience at Dr. Mantra? Are you focusing in tier three, tier four cities, or your focus is only on tier one and tier two? Or rather, can I ask if logistic and supply chain is a challenge to your business?
Again, that's a question which is very specific to a product market. For instance, if you have a product market which is dealing with tier one audience, such as premium perfumes, um, then there is a different market. So tier one works really well there. Tier three might not be relevant for you. So it entirely depends upon your the kind of niche that you are working in. For us, tier two, tier three has been working really well for us because it's all about A/B testing. Again, coming back to A/B testing, you do A/B testing, you see which is the lowest hanging fruit for you, and once you see that, you double down that market, and then you focus on the logistics part. So coming down to the question, logistics in India for tier 3 tier 4 cities has been uh, a problem till date. It's really a trouble for us as well, but we are trying to figure out ways wherein we can smoothen the problems by incentivizing our customers to come down to the DC addresses, because uh, if you just segment the problem into small buckets, and if you look at the logistics industry, uh, whenever there is a whenever there is a parcel which is not getting delivered to a rural area which is difficult to reach, they are having those hub spots. So if you can incentivize your customers to reach those hub spots, definitely he'll take some efforts to come to that particular spot, that particular location, incentivize him, and that's how you can decrease your return to origins. Because the biggest problems why D2C brands are not going to tier 2, tier 3 and tier 4 cities is because of the location and because of the unserviceability issues, which is still a problem, and that's a problem which can burn your money to a
Yeah.
greater extent. And the other thing that you can do is you can have this pin code based uh, targeting instead of targeting the entire
Hmm.
focusing on the broad targeting. You can have a
Right.
pin code based targeting. That's something that can work really well for you guys. And one more important thing that can be done is have a very strong NDR team. If you have a strong NDR team which is well experienced in dealing with the nuances of the logistics, they will drive you what to do and what not.
Great. I think the solution what you have given is basically the hub collection is definitely mind-opening for us. And there is one question which is coming from Mudit Tareja. Vaibhav, you have been talking about raw content, founder-led stories. There is something which is what Mudit want to understand is that are you using AI in your business, be it marketing, sales, operations, anywhere? Are you using AI? Are there any hacks using AI? Or you
Uh,
would,
got it, got it. So Mudit, I'm not using as such. I am not a believer of AI. It just takes away the charm of real thing. There are, of course, multiple brands which have, started using AI in creating their ads, in creating the scripts that they want to speak, and also how they want to edit their videos. In the past, I tried using captions.ai because it has multiple level of tools, for creating a video. But I don't like doing it because I want to keep it really, really simple and raw. So I stay away from it. But I'm sure that a lot of founders out there have started using AI on a regular basis. And I'm forgetting the name. There is a beautiful channel on Instagram. There is this girl who's based out of Bombay, and she runs a brand and advertising agency. So she has been talking a lot about various tools that are available. So I rely on ChatGPT for sure, to answer a lot of my questions. And generally I take it from there. So even if you ask this question, to ChatGPT, it will answer better than us right now.
great. Taki, are you leveraging AI for your business?
Same. I have the same answer, almost the same answer as Vaibhav. I am still not completely convinced with the concept of AI. Obviously, there is a humongous potential that AI is going to turn around so many things, but we haven't got the chance because of our busy schedule to tap into this potential of AI. But yes, we have been using some good AI tools like Make UGC for creating some UGC content. To a certain extent, we A/B tested it, but we are not full-fledgedly using any AI automation so far.
Great. So with that, we come to the end of the webinar. I'm sure I would have taken up questions which are of relevance. There was one comment which came from Smriti Mangain. She has been our speaker in the second webinar. She talks about India being a very price-sensitive market where consumers are carried away with deals and discount. So keeping that in mind, Vaibhav, this becomes more relevant to you because your product category is on a premium side. And how exactly do you persuade customers who are price sensitive to actually experiment or use your particular product without realizing the efficacy of the product? That's what Smriti is trying to say. Or Smriti, if you would like to unmute or you would like to reframe your question.
Hi, I actually it somebody had commented, Alok ji had commented, I think,
Yeah.
saying that in India there's no good. I don't know. Let me just read the comment.
I remember the comment that you're referring to, Samriti.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Alok
So
Sahay, yeah. Wonderful guy in the webinar asking relevant questions.
yeah, yeah. So the thing is that so even I have a brand called Smash. We create hair care and body care products, and we are also operating on a premium in the premium category, simply by virtue of being a very very highly efficient product, which leads us to have a higher input cost and thus a higher price, right? So I believe that one of the biggest challenges we face is not necessarily of affordability but of mindset.
Yeah.
Like Alok sir himself mentioned that Indians are still reliant on Korean and American products.
Right.
Uh, but the reason is because it's by a large extent, I believe, a mindset issue because um, a lot of Indians feel that if it's imported, it'll be better, and if a similar quality product or a better quality product is being manufactured or created by an Indian brand,
Then
then
it is overpriced.
somehow the price is not justified. They feel it's overpriced, and often before even trying out the product.
So
So
how do you walk between the thin line, Dr. Weber?
Oh, a
yeah.
beautiful question. Thank you for asking that, Samriti. For me, it goes back to the education because I had been talking a lot about the choice of the ingredients. Just like we also have a very high input cost in our products. And I mean, if I start narrating my whole brand story, I'm sure everybody will buy my product. But that's not the intention here. I, as a founder, know what we have done to create our products because being in the beauty industry, I used to import and distribute international brands which were making organic and natural ingredients based products. So I knew that that was the case. Now let's, for an example, take South Korean brand, European brand, American brand. We all fancy South Korean brands, but we have to appreciate that the quality is higher. Because the quality is higher, the result is higher. In India, I know people or consumers at large, are looking to get the same result, but they're not willing to pay the same price. Now, I think we have to understand that who is the consumer.
Yeah.
Who is my consumer? I have created Karmic Beauty for millennials. It is not a Gen Z brand. um they are welcome to join the gang, but in my mind it's a mature brand. The communication is mature, sophisticated. The choice of words that we have, they're very well thought out. So us is a millennial brand, and millennials have money, so they are my first cohort. Every brand has to define who are you solving the problem. हमारे इंडिया में मर्सिडीज भी बिकती है, रोल्स रॉयस भी बिकती है आपका, आई मीन आई हैव सेवरल अदर ब्रांड्स दैट यू कैन इमेजिन. देयर आर कंज्यूमर्स यार, सोल्ड आउट है स्टोर्स, स्टॉक आउट है सिचुएशन. That means people are buying. It is all dependent on how are you narrating your story. It will keep coming back to it. And where are you narrating the story? I think there are beautiful examples on Instagram, on LinkedIn, where you have to narrate your story to the right set of audience. आप दूसरों को सुनाओगे जिनको पैसे ही 200 रुपए खर्चने हैं, उनको आप 500 रुपए का प्रोडक्ट नहीं बेच सकते हो. So somebody who is there to buy a Dabur, I cannot sell them my product because that's the budget that they have. And of course, it's a reality that, on the pyramid, there are maximum number of consumers at the bottom of the pyramid. But, there are so many brands which are targeting them, and it's okay, that's their karma. They want to target and, serve them. I cannot make a compromised product because I have to sleep peacefully every night. So my job is done when I have created a high quality product, and whatever it takes, I will, make that sale because I have a better product and than everybody else in the market. When my consumers came back, told me that it is as good as Keristas and better than Olaplex, there is a merit in the product. So if you have your consumers, and they have shared their experience, while comparing to the other brands and the products, then maybe it's time to, narrate those stories and go out all shebang talking about it. India may, yes, largely the consumers are at the bottom. But having said that, there are enough of us in all cities throughout the country, those who have money to buy. It is just that they are not convinced with your pitch. So it is my job as a founder to improvise on my pitch, to make that statement, which enters their heart and ask them to buy it. यहीं पे तो सारी मेहनत इसी में लगती है. That's the founder's job, along with the CMO maybe.
Great. I think very well talked that you are sitting in a country where you are having consumers who have the affordability to buy your product, be it a premium product also. It all depends on how exactly you pitch it to them and you convince them.
Yep.
Great. So with that, we come to the end of the webinar. Thank you so much for joining in. And as promised, we will be sending the ebook after we get a review from Vaibhav and Takki. Because these are conversations which we are having today and which will be released to you by 9th in your inbox. And the winners will be given the book at your doorstep along with the speakers. With that, we come to an end of the webinar. Takki, any last remark or feedback for the D2C founders, marketeers who have joined us today?
I think it was a wonderful session. It was great interacting with you guys,
Thank
Ashish,
you.
you, Vaibhav. It was very nice having a different perspective because each and every one comes from a different background. Each and every one of us have a different story to tell, and stories are something which people connect with people. So it was a wonderful session, and it was lovely interacting with all the people out there. If there's anything that you guys feel getting in touch with, definitely I'm all out here. You can mail me
Sure.
at my mail ID takki@drmantra.net. Would love to interact. I would love to
Sure.
help in my capacity that I can. Thank you so much.
And
Thank you so
can we
much, Takki.
request you to give your LinkedIn profile link so that we can send you the request as well as the mail IDs?
Yeah, sure. So we'll send the LinkedIn profile of both our speakers so that you can connect with them.
Ashish, I wanted to just share with everybody, another feedback, just piggybacking on what Taki had just mentioned.
Yes.
So two things which are important for all the founders, who are in the 0 to 1 journey. जो already growth पे चले गए, probably they have a very different viewpoint to things. First, innovate by spending less. It's very important. Otherwise, you will keep burning your money, in the accounts of Meta and Google. And it's an unending journey, honestly. I have enough friends, people who are, running D2C brand, and they are absolutely not profitable by any chance because the sale is only dependent on the amount that they're putting in the performance marketing. So please innovate, find the quadrant where the impact is biggest. You have to measure that. Where is the impact? छोटे छोटे impact करोगे तो result नहीं आएगा. You have to sit and discover something about your brand and the product, where the impact is very high, and go about, chasing that. Secondly, there is no substitute for trying and then failing. In the 0 to 1 journey, ultimately everybody has to try different things and fail, and you learn along the way because everybody's journey is different. So it is important to go out there, keep crawling, keep trying to walk. Eventually you will run, but don't leave. You have to be here for a long haul. India is getting extremely difficult. D2C, the whole concept is nice, but it's becoming very, very demanding and too difficult for everybody. So until you innovate, you will not get there. So I want everybody, to be successful, find their niches and go about finding and, serving those consumers. In our case, we have started looking at international opportunities also. But at the same time, India is the biggest market that everybody tells me, all my friends who are overseas. So we should not leave a sight of India. आपको ढूंढना पड़ेगा कैसे बेचना है, लोग हैं यहाँ पे खरीदने वाले.
Perfect. Perfect. That's
Just,
a big point
just
that
to
you have
add
shared
on
with
By
us.
the way,
what
Mr. Mittal, just to add,
Yes.
what you are saying actually is the same story Mamaearth has. Mamaearth spends around 40% of their sale, that too a credit sale in the market, into
Yeah.
marketing.
Yeah.
So, and they don't have repeat customers. So the moment they stop selling, let's say, like, they reduce their marketing budget, the sale also drop. So basically, their marketing budget is 40% of the credit sale they have in the market. But probably they took this risk because they wanted to come into the IPO, which got rejected finally because of these issues. But yes, you are right. I do agree with you.
I have a point
Wow.
here. I
Good.
have a point here, madam. As much as one may not dislike the products that they make, I
Yeah.
think they have created the vision
Yes, yes.
and dreams for all of us.
Yes.
Of course, yes.
You
अगर
know,
उनका IPO आ जाता तो definitely they would have become another Nykaa. I mean, the way
I
Nykaa was
don't know.
inspiring.
Nykaa is a profitable business. Nykaa
Yes,
is a
yes.
very different
But
game
then in
altogether.
Mamaearth, this is the point why I'm making, because we learned a lot out of it. That okay, like you cannot spend that kind of marketing money
True.
every
True.
year or year just to have the credit sale in the market. So it means you have to have the repeat customer. So that's the lesson.
Mm.
Absolutely, I agree. The CACs are very high in their case. That I know
Yes.
for a fact.
Yeah, yeah,
Still
yeah.
very high. जो कि नहीं
Yes.
The
होना चाहिए था
brand
ethical
cannot
approach.
survive on deals and discount always.
Yeah, I think when you have to keep finding new consumer and hoping that they will have LTV, you keep pumping.
And you already know about the product quality. I didn't want to talk about it. My only point was the one which I made.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Uh,
Thank you
to
for
other-
sharing. Your good name, please.
My name is Rakhi Gakhar, and the Gesture House of Cosmetics, I'm founder of that. It's a startup.
Okay,
Welcome,
okay,
Raki.
Thank
sure.
you.
Taki, you were saying something.
Yeah, just the last point before we close. Um if you ask me that one thing which I've learned for the past 4 years of my hustle of starting up, it's always testing. It's always trying new things. The biggest problem with founders is that they keep sticking, they get emotionally connected with that particular idea that they have, but they don't forget that at the end of the day they have to have the bread on their butter. They have to have profit. They have to be profitable. They need to be sustainable as well. So testing is something that has been underrated. When I say testing, I don't mean A/B testing of performance marketing. Testing every business model that you can, testing every phase of your nook and corner of the business that you can. Try everything. If one business more model doesn't work, maybe second, maybe third, maybe fourth, but keep trying, because you don't have to be right all the time. Mark Cuban has said that you have to be right once. And there's this book called The Psychology of Money, which I've read 2 years back and which is still there with me, which is that you can be right wrong half of the time and still make a fortune.
Yeah.
So testing is something that you is can take you nowhere. You can be 99% wrong, and if you are 1% right, you are set. So that's
Yep,
Perfect.
agree.
Keep
I agree.
experimenting and keep testing. Be profitable. Don't be emotional with your business. Good points, Taki.
Yeah, this
And
is what they teach
definitely.
in MBA colleges. Like I remember they used to again and again bang our heads with the same hammer that don't get attached to your business. I mean, it's commercial, and don't try to become number one because you have to spend a lot just to become number one. So be number two, it's fine.
I just briefly, I think a beautiful example nowadays in front of us is Zara and Zudio.
Studio.
So while, Zara will continue its sales in India to a higher proportion, people who have money, but Zudio is the one, which is giving the kick-ass, deals
Which is
and
Reaching
the
out to the
second name you
masses.
said? Which
reaching
is
out
the
to the
second name?
masses.
Studio. Studio and Zara.
Zudio.
Yeah, I think both are owned by Tata. So in India, and look at the whole case study. I remember in my business school, it was all Zara through and through. And suddenly we have Zudio. So things shift. The intelligence of the founder is defined by your quickness to change, nothing else.
True.
So you have to keep yourself, appraised, and you have to keep changing. The market shifts. You have to keep pivoting, which is what I'm hearing from Takki's point.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well said. Thank you so much. And this all comes from your experience, Vaibhav, Takki. Thank you so much for sharing and making this session very insightful. We'll be having the recorded session loaded very soon in our YouTube channel. My team has put it, and you would like to be a part of our community and be aware about the upcoming webinars, which we do once in a month. Please be a part of the webinar. And this is completely on pro bono basis. And with that, we come to an end of the webinar. Thank you so much for joining in, and look forward to see you next month as well.
Thank you,
Sure.
Ashish. Bye.
Thank you, Ashish.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for listening to
Thank
us.
you.
See you. Have a good weekend.
See you. Same to you. Bye.
Yeah, bye.